Prime Video's hit romantic comedy Red, White, and Royal Blue is officially getting a sequel. Based on Casey McQuiston's best-selling novel from 2019, this LGBTQ+ romance really struck a chord. So let's dive into everything we know about Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 and what makes it the perfect follow-up to the original story. Matthew Lopez's Red, White, and Royal Blue is a hit rom-com about Alex Claremont Diaz, the first son of the US, and Prince Henry, a British royal. The film, starring Taylor Zakhar Perez and Nicholas Galitzine, follows their rocky start as enemies that eventually leads to a deeper romantic relationship. Joining the cast are Clifton Collins Jr., Rachel Hilson, Stephen Fry, and Uma Thurman. Variety has confirmed that Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 is officially in the works. Galitzine and Perez are set to return as the leads, and Lopez, who made his debut with the first film, will be back to co-write the screenplay with Casey McQuiston. Although there were no initial updates about a sequel following the first movie's release, it was always a strong possibility given the massive success of the original. The film quickly went viral, topping Amazon Prime Video's charts and becoming one of the platform's most-watched films within 3 weeks. The movie not only captivated audiences but also received positive reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, it boasts a 76% approval rating, praised for its much-needed queer representation and the undeniable chemistry between the leads. With Red, White, and Royal Blue making such a splash, it's no surprise that there was buzz about a sequel or spin-off. Before the release of the first film, Lopez expressed interest in continuing the story, whether through a sequel or a spin-off. However, Casey McQuiston has yet to write a follow-up to her 2019 novel, so it's unclear what direction the sequel will take. While there's an expanded edition of the book that includes updates on the couple's future, it's not known if the sequel will draw from that material. With that said, one question still remains. How will Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 come to life without a book sequel? Director Matthew Lopez has shared his thoughts on what it would take for a sequel to get off the ground. He's excited about the movie's impact and how much fans have embraced the story of Alex and Henry. However, he emphasized that a sequel shouldn't be rushed. It needs to be made with the same care and thoughtfulness as the first film. Here's what Lopez had to say. The film's message of hope and love is resonating deeply, and it's been particularly gratifying to see so many people falling in love once again with Alex and Henry. If a sequel were to happen, the worst thing would be for it to be rushed. It would need to be as thoughtfully and carefully made as the first one. Given the current situation, the sequel to Red, White, and Royal Blue has a few potential directions it could take. Despite some changes from the novel, the film essentially wraps up the story in a similar spot as Casey McQuiston's book, and McQuiston herself hasn't penned a sequel. The only additional content from McQuiston is a bonus chapter set 5 years after the events of the novel, showcasing Alex and Henry living in New York. If the movie sequel were to follow the bonus chapter, it might delve into Alex and Henry's lives as they become engaged and explore Alex's burgeoning political career. This fits with Alex's political ambitions highlighted in both the book and the film. However, the sequel doesn't necessarily have to pick up exactly where the bonus chapter leaves off. It could explore any period in the 5-year gap between the original story and the bonus chapter, or even venture into a completely new timeline while still featuring Alex and Henry. A fresh installment could craft its own storyline as long as it preserves the chemistry and dynamic between Alex and Henry that fans loved in the first film. As long as the sequel maintains the essence of their relationship and builds on the universe established in the original, it could feel like a natural extension of the story. However, it's worth noting that at the time of writing, there hasn't been sufficient data on the viewership numbers for the first 28 days since the movie's premiere, which is a standard measure to gauge audience interest. Until this data is fully analyzed, it's uncertain how the sequel will materialize. The creative team, including director Matthew Lopez and the writers, will likely consider this data to determine the next steps. For now, fans will need to stay tuned to see if the sequel becomes a reality and how it will continue the beloved story of Alex and Henry. On the flip side, there's an amusing behind-the-scenes story from the making of Red, White, and Royal Blue that might spice up the production tales. Director Matthew Lopez recently shared an awkward yet memorable exchange with Taylor Zakhar Perez, who stars in the film. In a chat with Entertainment Weekly, Lopez recounted a moment when Perez was unsure about shooting an intimate scene due to his natural body hair. According to Lopez, during the filming, Perez was hesitant about whether to shave or not. Lopez decided to handle the situation with a bit of humor and professionalism. He called in his hair and makeup person as a witness, jokingly saying he didn't want his career to end before it even started. Lopez described the scene. "I go into Taylor's trailer. We'd been working together for about 5 or 6 weeks by then, and Karen, the hair and makeup person, looks at Taylor and says, 'All right, tell him what you told me.' Taylor then says, 'I don't know if I should shave or not.' I was confused and asked, 'Your face?' He replied, 'No, babe,' and then I said, 'All right, well, what do you want to do about it?' Taylor responded, 'Just look, okay?' Perez then showed Lopez his concerns directly, lowering his pants and saying, 'Look at my ass.' Lopez reassured him, 'You're fine, you look great. A body itself, as it is naturally, is a gorgeous thing.' He concluded by telling Perez to just bring his hairy butt to set as it is. This humorous yet candid moment might actually have some implications for the production of Red, White, and Royal Blue 2. While it's a lighthearted story, it reflects a few broader considerations that could influence the sequel's development. First, the dynamic between Lopez and Taylor Zakhar Perez shows a strong working relationship where actors feel comfortable expressing their concerns. This openness can lead to a positive and collaborative atmosphere on set, which is crucial for a successful sequel. If the same level of trust and communication is maintained, it could help ensure that the production of Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 runs smoothly, allowing for creative solutions and the supportive environment. Second, the anecdote highlights the importance of addressing actors' concerns with sensitivity and respect. As the sequel moves forward, it's likely that Lopez will continue to approach such matters with the same level of consideration, ensuring that all cast members feel comfortable and valued. This approach could positively affect the actors' performances and their overall experience, contributing to a better film. Lastly, the story also underscores the significance of having a supportive crew. The presence of the hair and makeup person during this awkward exchange exemplifies a team that's there to back up its actors. For Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, having a team that's both professional and empathetic could contribute to a positive production environment, making it easier to navigate any challenges that arise. While this particular incident is a small part of the larger picture, it sets a tone for how the sequel's production might be handled. If the same level of professionalism, care, and humor continues, it could help create a sequel that lives up to the charm and success of the first film. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.